What's going on, y'all? It's Mr. Unstoppable again with a new video, and today we're going to talk about confidence, man, and why you don't have any. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, I really wanted to cover this topic because confidence, I feel like, is not only something that spreads over into every other facet of your life and just will level up everything else that you do. It's also something that I struggled with before in my past, and then depending on the day, I might struggle with it if I'm not really feeling myself that day. So I feel like this particular subject is something that anybody watching this video to get something positive out of and that they can identify with. What is confidence exactly? Confidence to me just means believing in yourself, self-belief. Faith is also a synonym for confidence as well. To simplify it even further, I would just say the faith in one's ability. And then you can use the word confidence to apply to certain things. You might feel confident when it comes to talking to girls. You have faith in your ability to talk to girls. I have confidence when it comes to making YouTube videos. I have faith in my ability to make YouTube videos. So basically, it's just a stand-in definition for the word confidence. Now that we got a little bit of concept on what confidence is, how exactly do you get more of it? That is a good question. I'm not gonna hit you with a lot of scientific studies and research and stuff like that. I'm just gonna tell you about my personal experience and what's helped me become more confident over the years. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, when I was a lot younger, I was a very introverted type of person. I spent a lot of time alone. I wasn't very confident. Definitely wasn't good at talking to girls. And I definitely wasn't confident with talking on camera. And it's so funny because everybody that sees me is just like, oh, you're so good at it. You're just a natural. No, I was not a natural at all. I was terrible at it. But it just took work. It took me challenging myself in order for me to get good at those things. For instance, when I wasn't really good at talking to people in person, so I had to challenge myself in order for me to get better, to get out of my shell and start talking to more people and become more extroverted. In order for you to create more confidence within yourself, you have to challenge yourself in those ways that you are not confident. If you don't have much confidence with talking to the camera, what do you need to do? You need to challenge yourself to talk to the camera. If you have no confidence when it comes to talking to girls, what do you need to do? Talk to girls so that way you can build up your confidence. And confidence comes from competence. It's cool that those two words kind of rhyme because it makes it easier to remember. People who are very confident at whatever thing that is, they have more competence, which means the ability to do well at the thing. If you take a guy who says, I'm going to challenge myself to talk to girls and this is what I'm going to do. Every week, I'm going to talk to 3 new girls that I think are pretty. That's where the challenges are going to come in, because if you were just talking to a girl that you didn't find attractive, there would be no challenge. The fact that you're saying, I'm going to talk to 3 girls who I find attractive 3 times a week, that is going to challenge you on a consistent basis. Let's call him Tony. If Tony does this, let's say 6 months, every 4 weeks, he's gonna talk to 12 new girls. In 6 months, he's gonna talk to 72 new girls. 72 girls that he thought was attractive. That is 72 times Tony has challenged himself to be more confident when it comes to speaking to pretty girls. How much game do you think he'll have? How much riz do you think Tony will get if he does that for those 6 months and talks to 72 girls that he thinks is attractive? I guarantee from week 1 to the last week, he's definitely getting more numbers. I bet you that. And you can kind of use this same type of concept with anything in life. Say you got a woman named Jane. She's never worked out before. She's never challenged herself in a physical way. Jane decides to get a gym membership. She works out 3 times a week now. She does that for 6 months. Starting out, she don't know what machine does what. She doesn't know how she's supposed to work out. She doesn't know any of this stuff. From the time that she starts until the 72nd time she works out, she's gonna experience a lot of growth and challenge. This is going to what? Make her more confident with exercise, make her more confident with weight training. In turn, she's going to become more what? More confident. And that is the whole premise of where confidence comes from. You're starting to have more and more faith in your ability to accomplish whatever it is that you have set for yourself. I remember back when I used to be a personal trainer for this gym, right? Whenever I get a new client, the first workout session is always a calibration session. I figure out where they are physically, you know, how strong they are, how mobile, how functional, stuff like that. I figure out where they are at that time so that way I can build from there. And what I've always noticed when I get new clients is this: people severely underestimate themselves. All the time, every time, right? So I'll put somebody onto a machine, I sit the person down, and then I tell them, put the weight that you think that you can do, or use the weight that you typically normally do when you work out. They'll select the weight, boom. I watch them do the 10, 12 reps, whatever, and then I'll say, how is that? How does that feel? Oh, it's okay. It's pretty good, right? And then I'll notice, because I'm very meticulous, I can see, you know, how hard it was. Did they challenge themselves is what I'm looking for. 9.9 times out of 10, they don't really challenge themselves. So what I'll do is I'll take the pin from out of the weight and I'll put it down maybe like 20 pounds heavier, depending on what it is. Sometimes I jump like 40 if a girl's on like leg press and I know she's just whatever. I'll up the weight for them. And they'll look at what I'm doing and see that I'm doing that and they'll be like, what is that? They'll look at how much it is. I can't do that. You know, they don't have much confidence within themselves because they haven't challenged themselves. And then I'll say, well, how do you know? Have you tried it before? No? Okay, well, let's just try it out and see how it works. So then they do it. They do the same amount of reps, right? So they'll do 10 more reps, the same, and it'll be like, oh, that was kind of challenging. That wasn't bad though. But what I always come to learn is most people really do not challenge themselves. They do what feels comfortable, and then they just continue to do that because it's something that's doable. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is never something that's fun or something that you look forward to doing. And this is why people don't grow, because they don't actually challenge themselves. If you really think about it, the people who are the least confident are the ones who challenge themselves the least or don't challenge themselves at all. If they don't challenge themselves at all, they're not going to be confident. The person who doesn't work out is probably not going to be as confident as the person who works out on a regular basis. Think about it. If this person doesn't work out at all, this person works out 6 times a week, who do you think is going to be more confident? The person that doesn't challenge themselves at all, or the person that challenges themselves on a consistent basis? And that really is the major difference. And I hope this makes sense to you guys. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, I want to be more confident. If you want to be a more confident person, you have to figure out ways to challenge yourself. Is this me telling you that you should go work out? Not necessarily. Do I think you should? Absolutely. Everybody watching this video should definitely take care of their health because your body is the only place that you have to live. But that's for another video. Everybody watching this video should definitely challenge themselves in some way, shape, or form. That is the only way that you are going to be more confident. That is the only way that you're going to be able to live a fulfilling life, because nothing is more fulfilling in this life than being able to see what you're truly capable of. You wonder why transformations are so powerful? When you see somebody who was 300 pounds and then now they weigh like 180 and they got this big smile on their face and they feel so amazing, it's because they overcame such a big challenge. Just imagine how much of a confidence boost that is. Even though people who never have done that before, they see somebody who does it, it's something within us that resonates, that loves seeing people overcome some adversity. Think about the main character in the movie. They have some really big obstacle that they have to overcome. They have to save their lover, or if it's a superhero, they gotta save the world. You watch them go through these struggles and you resonate with that within yourself. Once you see them triumph in the end, it makes you feel like you won too as well. And you can have that same feeling with yourself. You are the main character of your story, of your life. You can also have that same type of triumph in your life too as well. But you have to undergo some type of adversity in order for you to see what you're truly made of. Then you will build your confidence up. So this is what I want you to do if you get nothing else from this video. Right now, I want you to think about one thing that you wish that you were more confident in. Whether it be talking to girls, whether it be more being vulnerable and connecting with people better, whether it be becoming a better speaker, or if you want to get in shape. Think about whatever that is and think about one way that you could start challenging yourself today to get more confidence in that area of yourself. And I guarantee if you start small and do this over a long period of time, you'll start to notice big changes in yourself. With you getting more confident in that one area of your life, it's going to spill into every other area of your life too as well. People really truly underestimate how much a small change can make a big impact. But if you start challenging yourself, you'll get to see it firsthand. If you made it to the end of this video and you found it helpful, like the video, but I want you to drop down in the comment one thing that you wish you were more confident at. Drop that down in the comments below. And I want you to start working on that part of yourself right now, today. That's today's video on confidence, man. Hit the subscribe button if you want more content like this. I will be posting every single Saturday at 10 a.m. until I reach my first 500 subscribers, because I can't ask you to challenge yourself if I'm not gonna do the same thing, right? Much love to you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. And as always, stay unstoppable. Peace.